Greetings, I'm Barrett and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. Today we're digging into Invincible, the card game, the Guardians of the Globe. This is going to be super fun. This particular game is based on the game Astronauts, so you're going to see a lot of similarities if you've played that game, but the world of Invincible is amazing. First, full disclosure, I have not read any of the comics, but I have seen all of the shows that they have provided. So I do have at least a little bit of background based on the shows. I'm not sure how much that is comic accurate, but I can't think that it'd be too different. I'm sure there are some differences, but the characters and stuff I'm sure are very similar, if not the same as in the comics. We are going to be playing a two-player game in this, so I'll be controlling two different characters. So we're going to go through a quick setup, and then we're going to get to the game. If you're looking for a more detailed description and setup for this game, please check out the link below. Board Game Coffee did a great video during the Kickstarter that shows you exactly how to set the game up and also how the game is played. Now, if you're excited to see if our characters can take on the bad guy, which you're going to see all that in just a little bit when I do the setup, then I need you to meet me at the table. The first character we are going to use in our playthrough is Immortal. He technically is immortal for the most part. If he does die or things of that nature, he actually does come back. There, I believe, is a way to kill him. It's pretty tough, and if that ever does happen, he actually does die. But for the most part, he is immortal. He has seen many things. He has gone through many lifetimes of people, and he is now going to see if he can survive the attack by the enemy that we are going to meet soon. What you're seeing in front of you is our health points here. These are our power points here, and then the slots here. Those are all going to become more apparent as we play through the game, but I'll give a little bit of description of how these work. The slots are going to show us how many attacks or weapons he can have at any one time played in front of him, and the star spaces is where these start. The power is going to is how much he gains in power, and once this is at the top, it drops back to 0, and you can use kind of your special power for your character. They do have a deck of cards, and they are predetermined cards, being very similar to the Astronauts. So I have the cards in my hand that I'm supposed to start with based on the backside of the player board. It tells you what cards you're to start with and what cards you're going to have in your deck. It even tells you in what order you should place them into these decks because, of course, in this game, you do not shuffle your deck. You're just going to flip it back over and start playing with what is there. He is going to be our first player, and so when that particular turn card comes up, it will be Immortal's turn. That's really all I got for Immortal. We're going to check out our other hero. This is going to be Duplicate. Duplicate is super cool in the fact that she can duplicate herself many times to the point where at certain points, if I remember right, she actually was thought to be dead, and she actually was not, because she kind of kept her main person of who she is locked in a house. And so basically Kate 2 was representing her core form, and then she would, like I said, she would duplicate into many different Kates, and they would all fight, and eventually actually all of them did die, so people thought that she was actually gone, but she actually wasn't, because she had her original back in a safe spot. So super cool character in the fact that she, well, duplicates many times. She has her health points here, she has her power points, and she has her slots. She starts with 1, where, as you saw, Immortal starts with 2. She is going to be our second player. Her little, what do you call it? Her shtick is the fact that she's able to put these out onto the board. Her Kates are actually going to come out, and they're going to hopefully soak up damage as they come in. She does have her starting cards here and her deck right there. Now, all the stuff you see here may be part of the Kickstarter, may not be, based on the fact that Colin did actually buy this copy, so I'm not sure what was part of the Kickstarter and what was not. I'm not sure if there was like an all-in pledge that he picked up, or if this is, this obviously I think is above the base game because of the player mats and everything. So if you do see some cards that you don't have in your game, that may be because it was part of some Kickstarters and promos that may have been purchased along with this game. And here is our enemy. We're going to be taking on the Mauler twins. The Mauler twins are amazing. They are actually a clone of each other. They can actually clone each other due to cloning technology. These characters are not only super strong guys, they are super geniuses as well. And the interesting thing about the Mauler twins, from what I understand, is that there are two of them, but they never know which one is the clone, so they never know which one is more superior to the other, and they work together very well. Of course, they are twins. They work together to do the bad things they want to do, I guess you'd say. What you see out here is, of course, the Mauler twins board, the rules that go along with it. What you see out here is the Mauler twins board and the rules that go along with it. There are the cards that this character is going to use for its villain deck, and those are going to be based on all the cards that have player counts up to 2. As you can see, this has a 4 down here, and this has a 3+. So these two particular cards would not be used in this game since we're only playing 2 players. But if you did play 3 or 4, you'd put those into the deck. There is one that has actually no player cards, so those are actually going to go in the villain discard pile, but will eventually get shuffled in when this deck is empty and needs to be reshuffled. They have 60 health, which is out of control. There are 3 different modes you can play on: normal, expert, and nightmare. If you wish to play on the normal mode, you just leave it as is. If you wanted to play on a different difficulty, you would just place the other one in here as a new tile, and it would make it a lot tougher. We are not. This guy is already a challenge level. I think it's 8 if we look on the backside. It shows us our challenge level and the way to set him up. Yes, he's already challenge level 8. That's good enough. I have no chance of beating this, I don't think. We'll see how it goes. Now, as we cycle through the deck, he is going to be leveling up, and there are 5 different placards here that he's going to be leveling up, and we're just going to be replacing them with the new level placard and do what's on the placard as he goes through that. That's just the basis of what he is. We're going to do his full setup in just a second. I also want to show you some of the other parts of the game. Here we have the city. We are going to be playing in Chicago, who has 27 health. If this drops to 0, of course, you lose. If at any time both of your characters drop to 0, you again also lose. So we do not want any of that to happen. We have our debris cards here. Those are cards that you may gain through different cards and that you're going to be bringing into your deck. They may give them to you. These are going to be our player cards and our enemy cards. These are going to be shuffled up into a turn order deck, and when the character or enemy card that appears on here is there, then we activate that particular person, shuffle them up and put them right there upside down. That's always best. I can't go upside down like that's going to cause me great pain. All right, that's that part of the board. And this is the final part of the board. This is kind of your market. Now, the cool thing about this market is that they have certain sets of what these are going to be doing, but they're all technically different. There may be a couple duplicates of the cards. Duplicates of the card? Should I go that route? Maybe not. So we're going to start by flipping over one of each of these. The first one you see here are going to be fuel cards that are going to be anywhere costing 3 or less. So as you can see, they have a number there. That's how much it's going to cost. This is going to be what it does for you when it's played. And then there's an afterburn effect right here, which means you can actually activate this part of the card when it's in your discard pile. The second set of cards here are going to be fuel cards that are going to be 4 or higher, is what these are going to do. They have a power of 4 or more. The next one is going to be our tech cards. These are going to be the tech cards we have. They're going to cost 4. Now, the interesting thing about tech cards is not only can you put them into your deck, but you can also overcharge them, which means that you would spend the energy equal to the cost and resolve its played effect right then, and then you place it at the bottom of the deck. So if this is something you really want to have happen, instead of buying the card and putting your discard pile and waiting for it to come, you could overcharge this, making it happen right now, and then putting it on the bottom of the deck. Another thing I didn't touch on is the assist. That's kind of a newer thing in this game. If you have this, you can play this out while the other characters are playing. They can ask for anybody's assist, and if you have the assist, you can play it, and it would give the active player 1 power, and then that still is in your hand. You can bring it back to your hand, so you can still play that card, but it does actually help out your friends as well, which is kind of funny that it's in Invincible, because they're not always friends in this game. All right, the next one is going to be our weapons that are going to cost us 4 or less. We have defensive stance here, and we're going to go through these as we play through it. The next ones are weapons that are going to cost 5 to 6, and the final one are weapons that are going to cost 7 or more. Now, each deck is made of a certain amount of cards. There is usually about 10 to 15 cards in each of these. For example, this can have a maximum of 15 cards and a minimum of 10, and that's something you guys can decide as you are playing the game, kind of how to set this up. And from what I understand, you can incorporate multiple games of the same ilk together and really create some interesting combos that you can use. So these are our market cards. They're going to be ready to go, but we are going to lose some of those market cards right away. And that's because of Mauler's setup. We're going to place the least expensive card from the supply into the disintegrator and repeat this twice. And if you're playing with expansions, I'm going to check the rule book. We're not doing that. We're just playing with what we got. So I have to put the 3 cards that place the least expensive card from the supply into the disintegrator. And then I have to repeat this twice. So the least expensive card is this one. So we're going to take that one and flip over another one. Then we're going to take that one and then we're going to flip over another one and probably going to take this one as well. Yes, we are. There we go. All 3 of these. Actually, now that I think about it, I should have probably took this one. I'm going to leave that one there. I lied. We're going to take this one. This is probably what we should have done. So we got those 3 cards just because it's a little more fun that way. We got 2 3s and a 2 got in there. This one has to be flipped over and put there, and this one has to be flipped over. Now we know that that is, but it's okay. It's going to be like that anyway. All right, these are going to go in the disintegrator. He's going to fire that disintegrator at her. It's going to be really, really bad. Now it does say to put this deck, which is the disintegrator deck, above the player board, but I'm just going to put it over here in the villain side pile. If we ever have to put anything over in the villain side deck pile, then I'll replace this and put this somewhere else. But I think that's a good place. What the disintegrator is, which is what this guy is trying to do, he's going to disintegrate Chicago. That's his plan. I don't really know why. Maybe he got a bad pizza or the Chicago dog just wasn't what he liked. So we're going to, or maybe he just has this beef with the Cubs. I don't know. He is blue. Makes you like the Cubs. All right, let's see here. This one does say when the card is placed in the disintegrator, I'm going to put it above the mat, but like I said, I'm just going to place this here. Now during the main phase, players can buy cards out of this deck, and that means that the disintegrator will do less damage, because when the disintegrator is fired, the city is going to suffer damage equal to the number of cards in the disintegrator deck. So if there are 3 here, it's going to suffer 3 damage. Bad news. But of course there's no cards there. It's not going to suffer any damage, which is pretty good. Now of course there are rules down here about if it goes to grab a card out of the decks and they're not able to, you'll just pick another deck and put something in there, because it'll tell us what decks to take these out of as we're playing through the game. He might have cards in here or on his level ups that are going to tell us kind of how to get cards into this particular thing here. Notice this one does say fire the disintegrator. So that's not in here right away, but it's going to be because they only have 3 cards. So by turn 2, these things are going to start shooting at the city, and that's going to be bad, bad news. And of course, it does have when a player is exhausted, it'll place the most expensive card from the supply into the disintegrator. So oofta. We got to try to deal with that. So that's our setup. Our guys are ready to go. Let's draw our first card and start playing. Flipping over the first turn order card shows that player 1 is going to go first, and that, of course, is Immortal. Before we do take our first turn, I just wanted to give you a glimpse of what the board looks like and how much space this game is going to take up. It's a card game. It's not going to take up much space. This is really all there is. And using the player mats even expands the amount of space it takes up. I will say that if this is ever sleeved and you are using the player mat, that some of these decks might kind of get really close to each other. But of course, none of these are sleeved yet. Colin did not give me sleeves, so I did not sleeve the deck. But probably should sleeve it if you're going to play it a lot, because that's just what I do. I like sleeves. Sleeves are good. Sleeves keep me happy and not broken or bent or scratched or have Cheetos on them. Okay, enough Cheetos. I wish I had Cheetos right now. All right, here's our cards. We can play these out. Now I'm going to show you exactly how the player order works. Here's our reference card. We're going to go to the attack phase. So at this point, I will attack with any number of equipped weapons in any order. So if I had anything in my attacking slots, I would fire them at this time, being the first turn. There's nothing in there because I haven't placed anything in there and the setup told me not to prep anything. Who knows? You might have heroes that say prep this card ready to fire at the beginning of the game, but this one didn't. And remember, there are more than these 2 characters. I think there's like 6 or 8 or 9 characters you can play, and they're all characters you know from the show or from the comics if you've read them. There's Shrinking Ray, they have Rex Splode, they've got Robot, they've got Cecil, Invincible, and Black Samson, and Adam Eve. Those are the characters you are allowed to play along with these other characters as well. Now, of course, this game does actually have a story component to it, kind of an expedition, and those are all locked behind some of the envelopes that you get in the game. So there could be other characters or enemies in those that I have not seen yet. So since we didn't fire anything off, we're going to go to the main phase, and I can take these actions in any order. I can play fuel or tech, I can equip weapons, I can gain cards from the supply, supply by paying them. I can overcharge tech. I could pay 3 to gain a slot. So if I pay 3 energy, I now have 3 slots available for me to put cards into. Or I could pay 2 to help power up my character. And when this guy does get to full power, he can activate during your main phase, gain 4 health. In other words, preventing him from dying. Attack with a weapon in your discard pile and destroy it. Repeat this until your discard pile has no weapons in it. That is the other thing I can do. It's an or, so I have 2 options there. The next thing we can do is activate your ability if you're at full power, which we just talked about. Activate the city ability if it's full powered. Receive an assist effect or activate afterburn effect cards from your discard pile. And again, you can do those in any order. Now I'm going to play out my 3 determination cards, which are going to give me 1 each. And I have 2 slots, so I am going to prep punch, and I'm going to prep this one as well. When I attack, it's going to deal 1 damage and gain a weapon from the supply that costs 3 or less. Or I could just attack and use this to gain a weapon from the supply that costs 4 or costs 4. I'm guessing 4 or less. So we're going to put those out there. I can't use them, of course, this turn, but I do have 3 power right now. Or I should say fuel. I'm sorry. We have 3 fuel. And there are some cards inside that disintegrator array. This one is 3, this one is 3, this one's 2. I'm going to leave that one there. But I think I'm going to buy this one. That's going to allow me to gain 2 more power. Or I could take defensive stance, deal 2 damage. You may destroy this. If you do, stun an enemy. Ooh, I think we want this one. We want attack, deal 2 damage. You may destroy this. If you do, stun an enemy. Stun tokens are right here. This is a new concept. And you can stun either minions, or you can stun enemies, or you can stun the boss. It's based on whatever the card says. So this says enemy, so it can stun the enemy here. If it did say stun a minion, you would only be able to stun the minions that potentially could come out of the decks or be placed from the start. So we're going to buy that card, and we're going to put that into our discard pile. Now, it's kind of cool to be able to buy these cards from here, but if you're trying to build a certain type of power set for your characters, these might not be ideal for what you're trying to do, but sadly, you need to get these out of here, or this thing will just keep shooting at the city, and that could cause big trouble. Now that we've chosen what to buy with our fuel cards, we are going to place our we're going to discard all of our fuel and tech cards that we played on top of my discard pile in any order. It doesn't matter since they're all the same kind. And then at this point, if you have cards in hand that I haven't played, I would discard them. You're not allowed to carry cards over. So playing them all out is kind of a no-brainer. It's kind of what you want to do. But there could be a chance where you only have 2 slots available and you have 3 attack cards in your hand. You're not going to be able to play that other attack card. So once that's done, we're going to draw cards until I have 5 in my hand. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's going to get his next 5 cards, which is a punch, and he's also got 3 more determination cards. So we'll put those into his hand, which I've kind of been putting right down here. Then we're going to take the discard pile, flip it over, and place it on top. That is going to be how we're going to do it. We're not going to shuffle the deck. We never shuffle the deck in this type of game. It's kind of neat because then you can hopefully try to stack certain combos together and have them come out while you're playing the game. I know that turn took quite a bit, but that way we all know what it is. These cards are flipped upside down again. Oh, player 1 gets to go again. And you know what? That's totally fine. This works out pretty good because now you're going to see that I have to now play my attack cards first. We are going to play all the weapon cards we have. This one is going to deal 1 damage. This is going to deal 1 damage and gain a weapon from the supply that costs 3 or less. Or I cannot do any damage and gain a weapon from the supply that costs 4. The first thing we are going to do is do the 1 damage. We're going to go down to 59 on the enemy here, so he only has way a lot more to get rid of. And I can then either attack him for 1 more or grab one of these cards. I am going to take this one that costs 4. We're going to flip this one over, and we have Electron Burst next. This one does state I can assist, giving the active player an energy fuel, and then when it's mine, I can attack, deal 3 damage if the top card of 2 different supply decks each costs 4, the city powers up. And the city does have its own power up. It is right here. I forgot to put the token on it. There's a black token that goes right here. And when it reaches the top, you can then choose to activate the city's power. And this particular city says activate during the player's main phase. Attack with any player's weapons. You may destroy that weapon. If you do, deal an additional 2 damage and repeat this once. So it does give us the ability to really put on the the power onto it, or damage I said into an enemy. I'm going to put my attack cards into the deck after I've fired them. We'll put them in that order, and then I'll put this one into the discard pile as well. Now I have these left to play. I'm going to put this card out and this card out into my attack area. Now we've gotten a lot of attack cards lately for him. So with this 3, I'm actually going to play 3 to give myself one more slot so I can start putting more cards into the weapon area. That's the end of that turn. We're going to draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 4 here. Really? What did I do with the other one? Did I not put something over there? There should be 5, shouldn't there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What did I do wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe not. 1, 2, 3. Oh, because the other 2 are... Oh, because they were up here before. All right, we're going to take this, flip this over, and we're going to draw more card. Okay, my brain has finally figured out what's going on. So our cards now are going to be 2 attack cards and 3 more energy cards. We'll put those here, and that's the end of his turn. He's not going to come up now for a little while. Our next player is going to be the villain's turn. The Mauler twins are coming at us. At this point, we'll read to the enemy phase, the villain turn right here. It says, resolve the active effect of each level token if there is one, and then resolve the active effect of each minion in play from oldest to newest. Note, if an enemy has a stun token, skip its active effect and discard the stun token. There are no active effects on any level tokens, and there are no minions in the play area yet. At this point, we're going to go to the draw phase. We're going to draw a card from the villain deck. If it's a strike, it will immediately happen, and then we'll put it in the discard pile. If it's a minion card, I'm going to place it into play with the number of health tokens shown on the heart on the right side of the card. If there is a level token in play, add additional health tokens to the minion based on the info on the bottom right corner, and then resolve the effects that following instant on the card. Ignore any active effects until the next villain turn. If you notice, this down here does have a +2 on it, so when this guy levels up, all his minions are going to come out with +2 on there. Then becoming exhausted, if this ever happens and your heroes reach 0 health, the villain is going to activate its special exhausted power. If at any time all of our heroes are exhausted, we lose the game. And if one of my heroes has 0 and the enemy attacks them, the damage will go to the city instead of for the hero. We'll draw our card because that's where we are in this step. And we have Battering Ram. This is a minion. I'm going to place it down here with 5 tokens. Here's where we place all of our villain cards. That's where we put our minions, I should say. He's going to have 5 health points. We'll put those on there. There are 5s, and there, of course, also single ones if you want to use those as well. There is no instant effect on here, so that's it. Super easy, super simple. We'll draw the next order card. It is player 2. Duplicate gets to go. Looking at Duplicate's hand, she's got 1 card she is going to prep. It's just a punch card, totally fine. This one states I gain 1 energy, or if you have no Kate cards in play, power up. So I could power up, meaning I could go up 1 on this. But let's quickly take a look. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cards that are going to give me fuel. And looking into the Disintegrator Ray, there is this card. So I'm going to buy this card from the Disintegrator for 3 of the fuel. So I am going to use this one just to power up, going to 1 on the power. Now I get to put these in here in any order, and of course the ones that are placed in there earlier are going to flip over and come up earlier, so I want them to go like that. All right, we're going to draw 5 new cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's Duplicate's turn. Another punch, and then 4 more cards here that are going to give us fuel. We need to hopefully get that other card out of the Disruptor. That'd be fantastic. Oh, player 2 gets to go again. So we know the enemy is going to be going last. Duplicate will deal 1 damage to the enemy, putting that into the discard pile, bringing our enemy down to 58. And at this point, I will prep another weapon up there, and I have 4 more energy here. So we're going to buy this card out of the Disruptor. I don't even know what it does, but it's not the Disruptor anymore. And I'm going to buy another attack card. I'm going to buy this one. I can attack and deal 2 damage. You may destroy this. If you do, gain a debris and place it into your hand. And the debris cards are all the same. They're all going to say can't be gained except through effects that gain a debris, and it says attack, deal 2 damage, return this to the debris deck. And that's going to be something you can do. All right, these 4 are going to be used. I bought the 2 cards. That's it. We'll place them there. We'll flip over our deck because I have nothing I can draw from, and we're going to get 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we are. and see what we have found. We have found ourselves all exactly what should be there because it should be there. Now the enemy is going to go, and we are going to start with any active abilities that the Maulers have. They don't have any, but this card has an active ability. It states down here, if the players collectively discard 3 fuel cards in hand. So I have to discard 3 different fuel cards. But before I do, I get to look at this card at least to see what it is. Ooh, Aerial Assault. I think Duplicate might lose some. Well, I'm going to spread this out a little bit. I'm going to have Duplicate lose 2, and I'm going to have the Immortal lose 1. Those are just going to go straight into our discard pile. Now that's it. That's all I have for the enemy turn. And since we are completely done, we're going to take this deck and give it a good old truffle shuffle here. And we'll be all set for our next turn to see who goes. There we go. Put it right there. And hopefully don't draw an enemy. 2. Player 2 goes. Now, one thing I failed to do, which I should have remembered, is remember, I don't have to hit him. I can hit the minions, and I should have totally hit them. It's not going to change anything, but you should probably take the minions out whenever you can because losing those fuel cards is going to be pretty disastrous. Duplicate first is going to do her 1 damage, and that's going to be to the minion again. We'll discard that one. And with 3 more energy here, it says 2 here and 1 here. I'm going to buy an attack card. We're going to buy this Aerial Assault, and we're going to put those in there. This one is going to, if you have no Kates in play, power up. I'm going to do that as well. Go to 2 on the Kate track, which is pretty awesome. That's the end of the turn. Now, I do have that Afterburn card in here, which means that you may power down. If you do, the city powers up and gains 1 health. Oh, I don't know if really she was the one that should have bought that because I like her to power up to get her Kates out. But anyway, all right, we're going to grab 5 cards from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are her new 5 cards. She's going to have some attacks and some awesome cards. All right, fantastic. Looks like a great card. Hopefully the enemy doesn't go next. Let's draw our next card and see what we have found. Oh, it's the villain. That's bad. It's super bad. Sadly, we're going to discard 2 of Immortals and 1 of Duplicates fuel cards from their hand, hoping that we can go with Duplicate before that fires off again, because I would like to use these 3 to power, or not power her up, but give her another slot, because right now she only has 1 slot to play attack cards in. Now we're going to draw our card and see what this guy does. It says incoming attack. It's another minion. Instant. Place a card from the tech supply deck into the disintegrator. Oh no. All right, so he's going to go right there. He's got 4 health on him. So we got all these dudes in here we've got to deal with. Yuck. Let's put 4 health on him. And at this point, I'm going to take the top tech card. It said place a card from the tech supply deck into the disintegrator. So this is going to go into the disintegrator. Remember, I'm always just going to put the disintegrator cards there. Let's see what our new tech card is. Oh, and I should have revealed this card as well. I keep forgetting to do that. That's the end of the Mauler twins' turn. I know it doesn't look like he's doing much, but trust me, he's doing stuff all right. We're going to flip our next turn card. Oh, good. Our first player gets to go. And the first thing he's going to do is 2 damage. He's going to punch this guy right here for 2 damage. So we're going to knock that thing out. I'll put those in the discard pile. And because of that horrible card, the only thing I can do is prep out 2 cards because I don't have anything else. I had to discard all those cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got his 5 cards. 3 determination, which are probably going to end up in the discard pile, and a couple weapon cards we can use. I need him to go again, which is kind of scary. Yes, he gets to go again. Okay, here we go. I get to deal 1 damage right here. That's the deal. Deal 1 damage. Or I can gain a weapon. Nope, we are going to kill this minion. This minion is going to go into the discard pile right there. And then this is going to go on top of our discard pile. And this is going to do 2 damage. You may destroy this if you do stun an enemy. I'm just going to do 2 damage to him. I think we're doing just fine. And these 2 are going to go into the discard pile in that order. Doing 2 damage is awesome. We are then going to place out our 2 attack cards into our 2 slots. I bought a slot that I haven't really been able to use. I do have 3 energy this time. Maybe I can do something with it. I'm going to grab one of these energy cards because the thing keeps draining my energy. I'm only using 2 of my energy, but that's okay. We'll put those in there. I have some attack cards in here. I need to get some more powerful cards at this point. The card that's on top now of the energy deck is going to be that one. Who wants a beer? Okay, I'm not going to be able to kill this guy unless Kate goes twice before that. I don't think that's going to happen. No, the villain's going to go once here before that happens. Oh, the villain's going to go right now. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is use this active. Any player suffers 2 damage. I'm going to have Immortal suffer the 2 damage, going down to 8. That's going to move over there. Then we're going to draw a card. This one says, countdown sequence. Place the most expensive card in the supply into the disintegrator. If the Mauler twins are level 2, destroy this. They are not level 2. They are only level 1. The most expensive card is 8. I'm never going to get that out of there. I'll put that underneath here because I might be able to get that 4 out of there. All right, that's the end of their turn. Hoofta, that was rough. And I have 1 card left. That's going to be player 2. First thing I'm going to do is prep an attack card, and I have to do that first before I can buy anything, which means these 3 that I have here, I'm going to place, I'm just going to use to get my next slot, and then I'll put her punch card into there just like that. At some point, I'm going to want to find cards that can remove cards from my deck. That would be fantastic, but I get 2 here. If I wanted to power down, what does this say? It says here, you may power down if you do the city power goes up and gains 1 health. Well, city hasn't been hit yet, so I'm not too worried. But we're going to gain 2, and then 3, 4, 5. Those are the 5 cards for replicate. She's got some more energy and a punch card. 4 energy, actually. We are done. We'll take this, give us a truffle shuffle again, and hopefully our immortal can go and take this guy out. Or actually, either one of our heroes can take that thing out. So that's what we need. We need them to go before our enemy goes. Let's check it out. Okay, player 1 is going to go, and player 1 is going to destroy this guy. And before I go too far, I have to remember to keep flipping over these cards. There we go. Acrobatics, front assault, full frontal assault. All right, here we go. All right, we're going to use this card. This is going to do 3 damage. I know this is kind of overkill, but that's okay. If the card does 3 damage. Yeah, I could have assisted with this. I forgot about that. I have to remember to do the assist. If the top card of 2 different supply decks each cost 4, the city powers up. That is not true. There's nothing out here that both cost 4. This minion is dead. I'm going to place it into the discard pile. I then am dealing 1 point of damage to him with his cards here. Now, before we go too much further and deal all that damage, I forgot to draw my 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 cards for him. He's going to have some, okay, nothing that really is going to make a difference. These are going to go here. I'm going to do that 1 damage, bringing our enemy down to 58. He's going to prep 2 punch cards, and he's got 3 he can use to buy something. I've got a lot of damage, so I'm going to start grabbing some of these energy cards. We'll put that one first, and then these 3 in there as well. Maybe I can start powering him up so as he takes those damage, I can maybe start healing him. I get 5 cards this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's not forget that. He's got determination, gain 2, attack, and attack. Okay, he doesn't have any assist cards yet. Now at this point, I kind of want the enemy to go so we can maybe put a minion out, because otherwise I'm going to just be dealing damage. Well, to him isn't a bad thing. Okay, good. The enemy is happening. Okay. Here's how we're going to do this. First, we would activate any active effects. There are no active effects. So since the villain deck is empty that we're going to draw from, he is going to level up. Now, there are a few things you have to do when you level up. First off, if there are no more placards to level him up with, guess what? You lose. That's no good. So we don't want to lose. What we're going to do is actually place this out here on where it would normally cover up the level 1. So now this is a level 2 Mauler guys. All those guys are going to come out with 2+ health, which is going to be super, super bad. This instant effect is going to happen, which is going to fire the disintegrator, and minions in play gain 2 health. There are no minions in play. We did a good job on that. But there are 2 cards in the disintegrator. So this is going to take 2 damage, going to 25. Which is no good. That's the end of the active phase the instant phase. Oh no, it's not going to fire the disruptor. No, it does fire the disruptor. The active phase is only going to happen when they come back to these particular enemies and use the active phase. We already passed that. I am going to shuffle up our discard pile now, and we're going to make it the villain deck. We're going to draw a card from the villain deck as we normally would, and we have Battering Ram. This is going to go into the villain minion area, and it has 5 health. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But remember, we're going to add +2 health because of the Mauler and minions enter with +2 health here from now on. Like I said, this is a challenge rating 8 guy. I strongly don't think I'm going to beat this guy. We're going to give it our best shot. So we're going to draw our next turn order card. It is going to be player 1. Sadly, player 1 is going to only deal 2 damage, and we're going to deal that to the minions because I don't want to be losing any of these cards that I want to use to buy cards with, which are going to be these. Let's prep these. We're going to put these 2 up here. We might actually discard this to stun an enemy this time because, okay, this one says 2 energy. You may discard this to gain a debris token. I'm not going to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I get 4 to buy something. With the 4, I'd love to have like 5 to get some of these bigger cards here, but we are going to buy this card out of the Disruptor. This one says attack with any player's weapon to deal an additional 1 damage. That player may discard a card, gain a debris, and place it into their hand. So that's a great card because I can use that to try to get cards out of people's hands. That'll be awesome. He's going to draw 5 cards. 1, did he have any cards he could use as, oh, he has this one. You could power down. I don't have an ability to power down. So we're going to flip those and grab 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now I think he's gone twice. Yes, he's not going to be going for a long time. Hopefully he has an assist card in here. He does. He has an assist, so I can give an energy to my friend Duplicate over there. Let's draw our next card. Hopefully it's Duplicate. Yes, Duplicate. Sadly, Duplicate cannot kill this character, this minion down here, but I'm going to deal 2 damage. You may destroy this. If you do, gain a debris and place it into your hand. I'm not going to destroy it, so I'm just going to do 2 damage to this guy. That's not bad. He can take 2. He's down to, he's going to hit us again. That's going to be super, super bad. That's going to go in my discard pile. I now have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have to prep this card. And with the help of my assist card from Immortal, I am able to gain another energy. So that's 5 energy I have, which could really help out. Sadly, the 5 energy I have is only going to be able to get to there. I'd love 6. 6 would be super good. One of these would be great. The other option I have is I could get a 2 card. There aren't any 2 cards out there. And I could power her up one more time and allow her to get out her duplicates. And for example, the first duplicate, at the start of your attack phase, deal 1 damage. When I'm defeated, I return this to Kate's deck. So it'd be nice to kind of get that one out, but I think I really want to get one of these five cards right here. Actually, I have a plan. I think this is not a very good plan. Might be a good plan. Could be a good plan. I could actually overcharge this, and then right now I could power up, making Kate, allow her to use her power and bring out the duplicates right now. And then any player gains a slot. I could give another slot to Immortal and he would be good to go. And then if you played this from your hand, you may place this on top of your player deck. Yeah, I did not play this from my hand. I could put it on top of my deck. I keep powering up. But I think we're good. We are going to do that. I'm going to overcharge that, and we're going to put that back under, and we're going to put another one on top, and I'm going to play that card to power her up. So that means she's going to go to 3. I'm going to activate all of it, and it says, activate during your main phase, place the 2 lowest numbered Kate cards not currently in play into play, or suffer 2 damage and attack with one of your Kates. So these 2 are both going to go out there. I've got a Kate 2 and 3. The first one allows me at the start of your attack phase to deal 1 damage. And this one says at the start of your main phase, gain 1 damage. So these are super good. I'm going to put them right up over here on that side, away from her normal attack. She normally is going to be able to slot 2 things. I'll put my Kates over there. There are a chance that I might be able to get more Kates out. It'd be super good. But that's awesome. I love to have her get her Kates out. I now get to draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to see who the next person is. I've got an assist. That's fantastic. Let's see who goes next. It's going to be the villain turn. Oh no! Collectively, players must discard 3 fuel cards is one of the active effects. The other active effect is place the least expensive card in the supply into the disintegrator. So it's going to be one of these 2 cards. This one is an assist, and this one has an assist too. I'm going to put this one in here. That's going to be just fine. We'll flip over our next card, Aerial Assault. And then this one is going to make us collectively discard 3 fuel cards in hand. This might not be the best plan, but I'm actually going to discard 3 of Immortal's cards. He's going to be the one that loses them. And the reason I'm doing that is Kate might be able to get one of these more powerful cards in the next turn. I do have to draw a card for the minion, and this states, oh no, this guy comes out. He's got 4 damage. That's Bad News City. That's not going to be good. We need to take him out. Oh, but I think the villain, has the villain gone twice? Good, the villain's gone twice. So this is Kate. Kate's going to go next. All right, let's see what Kate can do. Kate gets to do 1 damage. So we'll do 1 damage, I think, to the battering ram. And then this person also gets to deal damage on that phase to the battering ram. That's the one that makes us discard our energy cards. This one says at the start of your main phase, gain an energy. So she's going to gain 1 energy. I'll try to remember that. Oh, I can do this. I've got these neat little dice. These dice might help. I'll put that right here. I've got 1 energy. Boom. Now, of course, these are supposed to use to track like health points or other tracking markers or things like that. You can use them in place of the health tokens if you want, but I'm going to use it to do energy. So we do have 1 energy. I do have to play my attack card, so I'm going to put that up there. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 I can do. Now, sadly, I cannot assist with this card because I've already done it. The card actually, when you assist, is going to go onto your player board just like that, and you no longer can play that until your next turn it comes into your hand, and you can then use it as you normally would when you play your cards. But I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I get the 1 from Kate, so that's 6. We're going to play those 6 energy. We really need something good. So we're going to gain this card right here, which is an assist. Active player returns a card that costs 0 from their discard pile to their hand. But more importantly, look at that. Deals 5 damage. Huge. We need that badly. Oof, doofta. All right, we've used all of our, that was the energy we used. That's done. I'm going to gain 5 cards. 1, 2, 3. We're going to flip this over. 3, 4, 5. There we go. We got our 5 cards. We have a lot of energy and some damage cards that we can use. That'll be awesome. All right, I'll put them right there. I'm going to flip over this card. I forgot to do that. It's a 6 again. I need to get somebody with 6. All right, let's give these a truffle shuffle here and see how we do. We'll drop those right there and draw a card. It's player 2. Oh, that's Kate again. That's perfect. With this Kate, I'm going to deal 1 damage to the battering ram and get rid of it. Then, with this attack, I'm going to be able to do 2 damage. I'm going to attack this one right here for 2 damage, getting that out of there. Kate is then going to play her cards. She's going to put her 2 attack cards into play. She has 2 slots to do that. And then she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. Remember, I get 1 from that as well. I am going to gain this tech card that again allows an ally to power up and may destroy a card in hand. The city powers up as well. Actually, I lied. I'm not going to buy this because it's an ally. You are not an ally to yourself in this game. That's not going to help me. But this will. I can get this for 5. This is going to allow me to gain 3 power, which is going to be sweet. And I get the ability to help out my friends. So we'll put these down in here or attack with any player's weapon. Oh, should I do that? I lied. I'm not buying this card. Holy Benoli. I'm going to use this thing for what it says down here. Attack with any player's weapon. I'm going to use Immortal's this card right here, Defensive Stance, to deal 2 damage. And then I may destroy this if I want to stun the enemy. I'm not going to stun the enemy. I'm going to do 2 damage to this, discarding that. So now that can't do any damage to us. That was way better. Oh my gosh, that's super good. But I do still have 3 energy I can do. I'm going to power her up with it. I don't think there's anything out there to buy for 3. I could get something that gives me 2 power, but I think powering her up is good. Getting more of these Kate cards out. Look at these. If I can get these out, Kate 4 and 5, this one says, when a player would suffer damage, you suffer the damage instead. This one says, instant, gain a card that costs 5 or less from the supply. Just instantly, boom, into your hand when you get her out there. Super, super good. We'll draw our next card, see who's going to go. Player 1 is going to go. Player 1 is going to be awesome. There are no minions out right now, so I'm going to play this to give myself the ability to buy a... Oh, actually, I'm going to deal 1 damage and then get a weapon from the supply that's 3 or less is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get this one right here. This is 3 or less. And we'll flip over our next card, and we're going to deal 1 damage, bringing him to 57. We're getting so close. Then we're going to play out our 2 attack cards, which are these 2. I'm just going to put those into his 2 slots and draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. All right, we're going to draw the 5. Let's see what he has got. He got that orb, which is going to be great. And then he's got some attack cards and 2 of those. All right, that's not bad. Let's see who goes next. Probably the bad guy. Yep, the villain goes. All right. What we're going to do now is do our activate abilities. The only activate ability out here is this one, where I'm going to place the least expensive card into the disintegrator, which is this, which now I can understand what they mean by the thing keeps gumming your hand up, because you sometimes eventually don't want these smaller cards in your hand. You want your bigger cards in your hand. That's the end of the activate. Place the expensive card in the supply into the disintegrator. Did that. We're going to draw a card. We're going to countdown sequence. Place the most expensive card in the supply into the disintegrator. If the Mahler twins are level 2, destroy this card. They are level 2. I am going to destroy this card. I'm going to return this to the box. We're not going to deal with that card anymore. I am going to put this level 7 card into the disintegrator. I'll put it at the bottom. I don't have a chance to get 7. And we're going to flip over the next one. Over here we have an 8 Turbo Fist. All right, Turbo Fist. That's the end of the enemy. We're going to draw our next enemy card. Player 2 gets to go. So Kate, again, is going to do a lot of cool things. We're going to deal 3 total damage to the bad guy. He's going to go down to 1, 2, 3, 54. Those are gone. I don't think... you may destroy this to grab a debris token. Not yet. I still like those cards. Did I forget to draw my 5 cards? I did. Wow, I keep forgetting to draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My luck, there's an assist in here. No, thank goodness. That's not too bad. All right, we're going to put this up here. I get to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I want to, I might be able to get an assist card from him. Alas, he does not have an assist. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I could do either 5 or 4. The 5 is really good. The 5 is this. It's this thing right here. It says the active player may gain 1. I can use an assist and gain 3. 3 is really going to be good. I could get something like that. Or I could get this one for 4 and power Kate up. Any player gains a health and then deal 3 damage. I think that's pretty good. Oh, but he's going to power up again. I mean, his guys are going to start getting more and more strong, and I can't deal with it. I think I am. I think I'm going to grab this card. No, she doesn't need attack cards. She needs energy cards. I'm going to buy the 5 power energy card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sadly, that means that I am not using any of the... I'm not powering her up, which is what I should really be trying to do. Now, I think I forgot to do that damage, so it's actually going to go to 53, which is pretty good. And that's the end of her turn. So you grab 5 cards. Is there anything in here she can really do? Not really. All right, that means 1, 2, 3, 4, and then flip these and grab this one. 5, I've got aerial assault. Hopefully not too many. Oh, I got the frontal assault. Oh, this is going to be so good. Oh, I want her to go again so badly. But now that I think about it, I actually want the enemy to go first. I think that'd be really good. Okay, good, the villain goes. Hopefully this is another bad guy. Nope, this is execute. Fire the disintegrator. That was not good. 4 damage. It did 4 damage. I got to get those cards out of there. This is going to go to 21. Oh no, we got to get these cards out of here. I've been so busy buying the cards from here. I got to remember to buy those cards. Oofda. All right, that's the end. Then this is also going to activate. Place the least expensive card into the supply. That's going to happen. I should have done that first, which means it's going to do 5 damage, bring it down to 20. Oh no, Baron, you're really screwing this up. You got to get these cards out of this deck badly. Okay, that's the end. We are going to have one more person go, which is going to be him, and he's going to buy anything he can out of that deck. First, he's going to deal 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. 3, 4 damage. If the top of 2 supply cards each cost 4, the city powers up. So we'll deal our 4 damage, bringing him down to 49, just like that. And then I do have to see what these 2 cards are. Maybe they're 4s. A 4 and a 4. Look at that. Our city powers up. That's fantastic. I'm just going to use this die to do it. We're going to put a 1 right there. City's at 1 power. Cool. He's going to prep 2 punch cards. That's all he's got to prep, which is funny. I'm glad I got a new slot. He's barely going to use this thing. Then he does have this one. Attack with any player's weapon. It deals additional 1 damage. That player may discard a card, gain a debris card, and place it into their hand if I want to do that. All right, that's something I do. Plus, I've got 2 energy. Really, only 2 energy? Oh, that's okay. I can buy one of those for 2 energy. Or, of course, I might have some assist cards over here. I can play 1. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to assist him with this. The character player can return a card that costs 0 from their discard pile or hand. He's going to grab this one, and he's going to equip it. So now he's got 3 equipped cards. I still have 2 energy, which can get back one of these cards at least. Yep, this one. We're going to buy that one. And then I got to decide if I want to use this. This is going to allow me to attack with a weapon and deal 1 additional damage. I don't see why I don't. She's only going to do 1 damage, so I might as well do 2. She can do 2 damage to this thing, which is going to go down to 47. It makes sense. And then that player may discard a card to gain a debris and place it into their hand. I'm going to put this in the discard pile. And these 2 I've already used. I bought that card. And I have to decide if I want to get rid of a card. Do I have anything in here that costs 5? No, 7. 3 and 3. Okay, so 3s and 5s and 7s. Okay, I don't think so because I've got enough cards in my hand that are going to be able to do something that I don't think it's going to be worth getting a debris token. We're going to shuffle these up. Hopefully the Mauler twins don't go right away. I need to hopefully get some cards out there first. Actually, I want 2 to go. I want player 2 to go so I can get stuff out there ready to go. All right, we'll flip these over. Come on, player 2. Nope, player 1. You know, that's okay. Player 1 can go. That'll be fine. But first, player 1 has to draw 5 cards. I keep forgetting that. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to flip these over. And we're going to draw 2 more. 1, 2. There we go. 2. There we go. Boom. All right. He's got lots of energy. Lots of energy. Player 1 is going to deal 1, 2 damage from those. Then he's got this card that is going to either deal a damage or grab a 4 card. I am going to grab a 4 card and put that into his discard pile. There we go. We're going to flip this card over. Fantastic. That is going to deal 2 damage. We're going to go to 45. Then we are going to spend all of our cards. And this is going to be glorious. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these. What is this? The energy here. 7 energy, and this one states you may destroy this card to gain a debris and equip it. I actually think I might do that. Do I want to do that? I think we are. We're going to destroy that card to grab a debris card and equip it. He has nothing in his slots right now. We're going to flip or put these into the discard pile. Before we do that, we're going to take the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and buy not this 6, but we're going to buy this 8 card, because Replicate has another assist card she can use, and it's going to give him one more so he can put that 8 card into his discard pile. That's going to be super good. And that, I think, should really start helping us out. I do have I have an orbital laser. You can't go wrong with an orbital laser. That's the end of his turn. We'll flip over our next card. We have player 1 going again. He's only going to do 2 damage. Oh, I should draw my 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, I always forget to draw my cards. He's got attack, 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 attack. Wow, lots of attacks. Doesn't have all that powered up to use them all, but that's okay. He's going to deal 2. This is then going to go back into the debris deck, but it is going to do 2, so it's going to go down to 43. Then we're going to play our cards. We're going to play everything but this punch card. We're going to play all into his 3 slots. He can get 4 slots, but I don't have enough to do that. And I have 1 energy and 1 attack card. They can't do anything. I'm just going to discard those 2 cards. And that's the end of his turn. He's going to grab 5 new ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Flip the deck and grab another one. 5. There we go. He's got one punch. Fantastic. And then he's got the Guardian drone again and gain 2 power. Awesome. All right. That's the end of his turn. I really need somebody. Oh, player 2 is going to go. That'll be fine. Duplicate is going to start by doing 1 damage, going to 42. I'm going to gain 1 energy at the beginning of my turn here. We'll put that right here to remind myself. Then I get to grab my 2 cards that I've used for assists. I'm going to prep my 5 damage, and then I'm going to prep my 2 damage. Why wouldn't I do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 that I can do, and I think I need to get some of these out of here. Do we have a 3 at least? I can get a 3 out of there. That's the only thing I can do. I'm going to get this 3 assists. The next weapon the active player attacks with deals 1 damage. Ooh, I like that. I'm going to grab that one. I'm going to grab that one for 3, and then I'm going to grab this one for 2, which is going to be 2. I'm going to put those here, and then these 3 are going to stack in there like that. That's fantastic. I use that, and I think that's it. Then we're just going to reveal the next card on top of the deck, which is this one. You're invincible. Buy, stun an enemy. Ooh, that's going to be good. Okay, because the bad guy's going to go a lot now. So we're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be brutal. I don't want energy cards, actually, funny enough, because I'm probably going to lose them. All right, here comes the enemy. I'm sure. Oh, no, look at this. We went 4 times, and now the enemy is going to go. Potentially, the enemy could go 4 turns in a row if we're unlucky. All right, let's start. It's going to be pretty fun. We're going to do a ton of damage here. I'm going to do 7 damage with my 2 cards, 5 from the frontal attack and 2 from the aerial assault. We'll put those in our discard, and we get 1 from Kate. So that's 8 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, going down to 34. Okay, I feel like this might be obtainable. I get 1 energy at the start of my turn. I am then going to prep my 2 attack cards into the area there. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, or I can attack with any player's weapon. I don't think we're going to do that. I think I'm going to use these for what they are here. I'm going to spend 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4. Can I get anything out of here? Because this thing's going to fire off like crazy. I've got 5, actually, which is not quite enough. Does he have an assist card he can help me with? Sadly, he does not have an assist card that could help me. That's too bad. Because if I could have an assist card, I could not only get one of these out of here, but I could also power Kate up. So instead, I think we're just going to spend 3 to attack with any player's, or I could just attack with any player's weapon. I'm going to spend 3 to buy this card out of the deck, and then I'm going to use this card to fire off his attack, and I'm going to put that in there to grab 2 more power. That's it. The attack I'm going to do is I'm going to fire off this one here. Attack deals 3 damage if the top of 2 different supply decks each are 4, the city powers up. We are going to do that. We are going to fire that off, and I do have 2 cards out here that are 4 or more, so the city's going to power up. It goes to 2, which could potentially help us out, I hope. If it gets to 4, something good happens. And I did also do 3 damage, so we're going to go down to 31. Okay, that's it. In the immortal words of Jar Jar, it's ouch time. let's draw this card. This is going to be, oh, I get to draw 5 cards for duplicate. She has her 5 cards right here. Energy, 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 all going to be discarded because I'm going to get that stupid card out here. It's going to make me deal with energy. First one, villain. Okay, villain is going to go. We're going to activate, place the least expensive discard in the discard pile. So we're going to put this 2 into the discard pile. Then we are going to draw. We can't draw, so we are going to enter into level 3. Level 3, instant, fire the disruptor. Minions gain 2 health. There are no minions out there. The disruptor has 3 cards in it. This is going to go down to 17, which is not good. It's lost 10 health already. Then we are going to shuffle up the deck and draw a card. There's only 3 cards in this deck. This is bonkers. Okay, let's draw a card. It is Fire the Disruptor. It's going to do 3 damage, going down to 14. Oh my gosh, come on guys, we need to really do good here. Then this activate is not going to activate for the first time it's placed out here because activates happen first. Then the instant, then we draw level up. So we're done there. Okay, first one. Second one is going to be villain turn. Here we go. We're going to activate. Place the most expensive fuel or weapon card that costs 5 from the fuel from the supply into the disruptor. So we need to find a 5. Here's a 5 right here. This is going into the disruptor. All right. Then we draw a card. It's going to be one of those ones that sticks out here. Oh, this guy, yucky, yuck, yuck. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now they all get +4. So this thing has 9. I should just replace one of these 4s over here. I'll put it here with this 5. There we go. We got 9 health in this card. I'm going to move it up there so it's in camera view. Now, normally you'd put them down here, but now you can see it up there, which is awesome. Then we do the active effect. We're going to place the most expensive fuel card or weapon that costs 5 or more. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, we have to flip this over. It's a 7. Well, that ain't going to happen. 5 or more costs weapon or weapon that costs 5. I'm going to guess 5 or less. I apologize if I'm not sure exactly what that is. We'll put this in there. That's fine. And that's it. That's all we had to do this time. Let's draw a card. Oh, we did. We drew a card. Now we're going to deal with the villain here. We're not going to do it. Villain's done. Okay. Oof. We made it through 2. Let's see if the Mahler twins were genius enough to put themselves back on top again, because that would be just awesome. Well, hopefully they didn't. Let's see if they were. Oh, they were geniuses. They put themselves on top. Each player collectively discards 2 fuel cards in hand. Yuck. There's a good chance that I might discard all of Invincibles again because I can maybe get one of these 8s out of here with all the amount of energy that she has in her hand. So he is going to discard these 3, which is all the cards he has that are energy, but that's okay. That's the end of that activate. We have this activate, 5 or less. Let's see here. This one's got to flip over. This one is a 5. It's going to go in there. Fantastic. Then we draw a card. This will be the other guy that comes out. Yuck, look at this guy. No, he's kind of not even in the picture, but that's okay. He's got what, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's got 8 health. So now I got to deal with these minions again before I can start pounding on the boss. Oh, look at those minions. They have so much health. That's so bad. All right, let's see who's next. Player 2. Kate gets to go next. Kate only gets to do a total of 4 damage. I've got these 2 cards, and if you destroy this, if you do, gain a debris card in your hand. No, that's okay. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 damage for Kate. Kate's going to do it to this one right here. I do not like this. I don't mind taking the damage. I don't like getting rid of fuel cards. Now, with her cards, she can buy an 8 card out of here. 1, 2, 3. Well, I might be able to power up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for her other duplicate out there. And no, it looks like I do have to use this for 8, unless there's a 7 in here. Maybe I can get one of those out here. 7, assist. The active player gains 1 health or destroys a card in their hand. At the end of the current turn, return this to your hand. Deal 6 damage. That's fantastic. Or you could buy a couple of these and get a couple of these cards out of here. 4, 5, 6. How much do I got? 6? Is that what I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6, 7, right? 7. I could buy a 5 and a 2. Yeah, let's get these out of here. 5 and a 2. City powers up, an ally powers up, and may destroy a card in hand. We're going to go with these 2 cards. A 5 and a 2. Let's get these out of here. I don't want those in there. Get rid of both these cards here. That's fantastic. All right, we'll place these 2 in here, and then we'll pile the rest of this stuff in there as well, putting the generic ones on the top. There we go. Just like that. We'll flip this because I have no more, and we're going to draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. We have a lot more. Oh, we got a punchy card. That's fantastic. There we go. Put those there. And now we'll draw our next turn card. It's player 1. He is going to deal 4 damage. Oh, that's not quite enough. I needed 5. And because my team is so great at working together, I have an assist card. The next weapon the active player attacks with deals 1 additional damage. I'm going to use that to deal 5 damage. This is going to deal 2. This one's going to deal 2. And I'm going to deal the extra one for 5. That is going to get rid of the battering ram. I'll put that into the discard pile. That was fantastic. And the only 2 cards he actually has are these. He's going to do that. And this one says attack with any player's weapon. It deals an additional 1 damage. That player would discard the card again, and I don't have that. And an ally. The attack with any player's weapon. Any player's weapon. That could be his own, right? I don't see why it can't be. He's put his card in there. I can play this one, right? I can attack with it. If I'm wrong, let me know, but I'm going to attack with my own card. Do 2 points of damage. Why not? Why would I not do that? I'll do 2 to this minion right there. That's fantastic. Super good. Sadly, neither of my guys have anything prepped right now. Which is super bad. Let's draw our next order card. Oh, with villain turn. Okay. We're going to start the activate, put the most expensive weapon in there, the 5 or more, or less. I mean, here's a 5. We'll stick that one right there. Fantastic. You're not a robot no more. Not anymore. This guy's going to attack. Activate. Oh, instant. Place a card from the tech supply deck into the disintegrator. I forgot to do that. I apologize. That was an instant effect, so I'm just going to put that on the bottom. That was my fault. We do have a first aid kit now in the tech deck. And we have still the You're Not a Robot. We've got 2 of those. Then I'm going to, any player is going to suffer 2. Immortal's going to suffer 2 more damage going down to 6. Immortal's also going to draw his 5 cards because I forgot about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he has 5 cards because he likes cards. Does he have some punching? Oh, he's got lots of punching. And so much punching again. He doesn't have his other slot open. Activate, activate. Done. We're going to draw a card. We can't. He powers up again. Arf. Fire the Disruptor. Minions gain 2 health. This guy's going to gain 2 health. Fantastic. Fire the Disruptor. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I tried so hard to get those out of there. I didn't try hard enough. This is at 8. Oh no, so bad. I'm going to shuffle up these 3 cards. No, there's only 2. There's only 2 cards because this one's still here. Oh no, the Mahler twins are going to get me. Let's see what happens. Oh, battering ram comes back out. That's battering bad news is what that is. Battering bad news. It's going to have a total of 11 health. So we're going to have another 5. Oh, yuck. Oh, it's not going to be enough. This is going to be bad. Okay, that's it. Let's see who goes next. It is going to be player 1. All right, he has nothing he can hit with, but he's got some cards he can put in there. He's going to put 4 cards in there and hope he's happy. Look, deal 7 damage. Let's get that in there. Let's deal 1 damage. There we go. Put those 3 in there. This one he can't put. He only has 3 slots open. He's going to discard that one, and I get to gain 2. 2's not going to help me. Unless there's a 2 in here I want to get rid of. Is there a 2 in here? I don't think there's a 2 in here. No, there's a lot of cards in there. They're real powerful. He can't do anything with the 2. That's too bad. Get it? 2 too bad. Okay, that's the end of him. I have a feeling this is going to be Kate, which also can do 1 damage. I can do 1 damage. It's not even worth going after these guys anymore. If I don't, this is just going to keep on firing. Bang, 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 bang. I'll go after. No, I have to take care of this battering ram guy. He's terrible. All right, let's see what I got in the hand for him. No, of course, I forgot to draw Invincible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, Immortal's hand. He's got 5, and he's got an assist. Now, he's got all peanut cards. Look at these. They're all peanut cards. Near the end of the game, you don't want peanut cards in your hand. Let's see what these say. Oh, these say, good luck playing the game. Glad you had fun. I'm prepped this card. I'm going to do 1 damage. I already did that, so I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What does this say? You may destroy this card to gain a... No, that's not going to matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I get 4, 5, 6. All right, we get 6. Is there something in here that I can get out of here? Well, no. There's a 5 I can get rid of. That's not really going to help. Well, whatever. We'll get rid of a 5. What's this? Does it really matter? We'll put 5 over there. That's great. All right, we got that out. Good job, Kate. You were amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to get 5 more cards for Kate. These are going to be the crunch cards. Oh, here we got to deal 5. Maybe that might be enough. All right. We'll see what we can do. Oh, boy. Bad news city here. We're going to shuffle up our deck. I need to find a way to heal that town. I don't think I'm going to have a way to heal that town. There's probably cards that heal the town. I totally didn't go digging for them. All right. We're going to player 2 is going to go. She's going to do 2 damage. We're going to do 2 damage to this. Get rid of that. Put down a 3. There we go. Now she's going to... gain 1 energy, and she's going to look through here. 1, I can play any player's weapon. Okay, but let's check this thing first. Well, first we're going to put those into her slots. There we go. We're going to activate those. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I get 6 again. Well, I can do 4 and get something out of here. I can get this 4 out of here, which wouldn't be bad. We'll do that. We'll get rid of that 4. Then that's going to be 1, 2, 3, and 4 from the duplicate. We'll put those into the, we're actually going to put those in this order because he's going to fire off one of his abilities here. We're going to deal, oh no, 7 damage. But it might still be enough. We'll find out. I'm still going to fire this off. It does 7 damage. Why would I not fire off 7 damage? I'm going to do 7 damage to this thing. Bring it down to 1. So all I have to do is toe poke it, and it's done. Then that's it. She has to draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. She got some stuff. She got stuff. Okay. Then we get to turn the next turn. It's player 1. He does get to kill this, which is good. He's going to deal 1 damage and then gain a card of 3, weapon with 3 or more. No, he's not going to do that. But he's going to do 1 damage to this, killing this, putting it in the discard pile. That should help a little bit. Then we have this one. This says deal 3 damage. Fantastic. Down to 5. All right. We'll put those in the discard pile. And then he gets to play his peanut cards. We'll put that one up there, and he's got 4. He's got 4 energy. Do I have anything to assist him with? I could give him 5. I don't see why I wouldn't. Oh, I forgot about the robot. He was sitting on the thing. He should have been up there too. I should have prepped him as well. Well, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to discard that one. That's fine. All right. We're going to put these, we're going to get some cards. 1, no, not him. 5. I get 5. I can get this. Let's see what else I can get out of here. Sorry, I'm kind of moving fast now. I probably missed a few things. We're going to take this, discard that. I'm going to use my assist to do that. And this is going to remember that it's on her player board so I can get it back. Okay. Now it's somebody's turn. Let's see whose turn it is now. With player 1 again. Oh, player 1 needs to draw some cards. That'd be fantastic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, normally it'd be nice to thin these decks down, but I haven't really been working in that direction. Okay, I'm going to deal 1 damage. This guy goes down to 4. Fantastic. Just like that. Okay, how many? Back-to-back turns again? Oh my gosh. Prep that one. Prep that one. And he has 1, 2, attack with any player's weapon. That would be awesome. I could deal 5 damage and kill this guy. Let's do it. We're going to fire this guy off from duplicate. Damage 5. Fantastic. This thing goes in the discard pile. And then I've got 2 more. Blah, doesn't do me anything. 1, 2. Nothing. Doesn't mean nothing. There's nothing in here to get. But I lowered that. That's really good. I put that down to 3 cards. Whew, that might help us. Okay. It's getting close. Let's see who's next. Villain. Activate. Place the most expensive weapon in the supply into the disintegrator. Oh, we're just going expensive now. They're not messing around. All right. This one's a 7 too. Okay. Then I have to draw a card. This is going to say fire the disintegrator. Disintegrator goes off. 1, 2, 3. Is there like 4 cards in here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, there's 4. No, it's only has 4 health. I've got to go next, and somehow I got to buy something for 7. We're going to, that's it. That's his turn. Flip over to the next card. Oh, player 2, Kate. Kate gets to do 2 damage. 2 damage. Fantastic. Oh, don't put it there. We're going to do 2 damage, bring him down to 29. I mean, there's no hope. What am I talking about? We're going to make this. We're going to make this work. Look at all these great cards I've got. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 2 are going to get prepped. 5, 6. I've got 6 right now. Maybe he's got a card if I would have drawn 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's going to get, does he have an assist in here? Oh, he does. I can get +1. We'll probably do that. We'll see how this goes. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7. Oh, I can get an orbital laser. Look at that. 7, 8, 7, 7. What's this? Any ally draws 2 cards. Any ally powers up twice. That'd be good. Attack. Oh, I wonder if I could just activate this. No, I can't because this isn't technically in the supply. Deal 5 damage. You may lose any number of slots. For each slot you lose, deal additional 2 damage. Assist. Do stuff. Deal 6 damage. Okay, so just sitting there on camera talking, I decided what I was going to do off camera. I am going to take the hyperdrive tunnel and leave me with only 3 cards in there. That'll be great. I'm going to put these back on top, just like that. Now, that's it. Now it's the enemy, because I think there's only villain cards left. Okay, activate. Most powerful card goes into the disruptor. Oh, this is going to be it. All right, that's it. There's nothing to do, so we're going to shuffle these up, but he's going to power up. Fire the disruptor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. So all the thought process I had of getting what card out of here, it doesn't even matter. I only have 5 things left. Boom, the city blows up. Oh, that was so cool. Oh, I love this game. This is so much fun. I cannot get enough. Now, of course, I was probably moving a little fast there, and I might have made some mistakes, but that's okay. this game is super fun. I love how fast this game plays, and it always seems like you're on the edge of your seat if you're going to make it or not. I think my biggest mistake was not concentrating on that deck early enough. By turn 2 or 3, I kind of moved away from that deck and moved over here, but I should have been concentrating getting all the cards out of that deck. That was my fault. So there you have it. That was Immortal, the card game. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you'll know when more content comes out. Also, feel free to leave anything in the comment section below. I would love to hear from everyone. Have you had a chance to try this game? Is this something that's on your radar? Are you a fan of Invincible? Because if so, I think you would really enjoy this. I love the fact that all these cards have different graphics from the cartoon, or show I should say. It is a cartoon, but it's also a show on these cards, and I think it's kind of cool to see them all in action. I like the characters are all unique enough. I like the fact that Duplicate has all her Kates come out. I think that's pretty awesome. I never got to get the last 2 Kates out. These have been really cool to get out, but I started falling behind the 8 ball and I just never got back. But that was awesome. So there you have it. Now, of course, if you're interested in supporting the channel, the link to the Patreon is found in the description of this video. Those that have joined the Patreon are shown here on the screen. Thank you so much for your patronage. It means the world to me. Now, of course, those Patreon supporters get some perks. One of them is they do get to watch our playthroughs, usually about a day or 2 ahead of time without commercial interruptions. Also, they get a chance to decide who plays in our games. I might play this game again, and if so, I'm going to have our Patreon supporters decide the characters we use. I got this from Colin last night. I was so excited to play this that I just put it right on the table today. So I didn't get a chance to have anybody ask me what they want to see, but in the future, I will have them decide who we fight against and what heroes we use. It'll be interesting to see what people choose. So there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're excited to see what Colin and I have coming up, then I need you to meet me at the table.